Okay, I tried recording this once already, it was a disaster. So, you've learnt the zero cycle setup using the cage, um, using the cages to practice, hopefully. I showed that in the last video. And now I'm going to show you how the setup works for all of these towers. I'm not going to show you these three because I am not actually qualified to talk about that. Maybe in the future I'll come back and cover this once I've properly learnt it myself. But let's go over these. So first of all, small boy. Small boy I'd come back to later once you've got more comfortable with zero cycle and you've worked on some of the easier ones, the cages, m85. I'd even choose m88 and m91 over the small boy. But yeah, they're pretty difficult. So I've shown you the cages. For the m85, it's going to look pretty similar, but you're going to want to build up from a different spot. So you're going to want to go from this spot here. You're going to want to build two blocks out, same as usual, and you want to go to 95 again. 2 blocks up, 2 blocks there, 2 blocks up again, respawn anchors, and the dragon is at perfect height to start dealing damage. So that's that one. Just as a recap, setup works the same way. Once you get to the right height, oh, fun, useful fact that I didn't know when first starting the zero cycle. If you do enter pearl into this end crystal, it's usually the end of your zero cycle. It's usually just death sentence. The dragon will fire up all you and it'll mess up its pathing. But apparently there is a 1 in 4 chance that you're able to just continue the zero cycle. I learned that from Redstone. I hope that is factual. I've only completed like 2 zero cycles in real runs, so I've never actually seen that happen. But yes, M85, the important thing is to remember is to build up on this point, build 2 blocks out as you're going up to 95 as usual, and then do the setup. And as you can see, there's a lot of time on this one. If you get your pearls nailed, you'll have all the time in the world. And I would say this is definitely the easiest zero cycle to pull off. No zero cycle is easy, but it's the easiest. Okay, let's backtrack. Let's talk about small boy. This is really difficult, but it's nice to group these 4 towers together because it's easy to remember the height that you want to go to is the same. It's always 95, and that's why small boy is so difficult, because the top of it is 76. You want to go to 95, 19 blocks above the top of it. So I pearl in. I don't jump pearl the second one because I find it's very easy to smack the crystal when jump pearling, but you want to go to, I should have shown that in more detail, that edge there, not this one, that one. Build up 2 blocks out, same setup as always. Like this. You want to go all the way to 95. The ideal setup. And as you can see, I was only just there in time, and that was terrible damage. That was way too late. Oop, that was too early. Yeah, and that's what happens. So with the small boy, when you're learning this, the thing you should do is don't go to 95 to start with. You'll just not get there. You won't be able to even practice the setup because you just won't. You'll just struggle. So what you should do instead is go to Y90, which will still, if the dragon doesn't fly away, and you are leaving a high possibility of the dragon flying away mid-zero cycle, but the dragon will still end up landing at the perfect height. And as you can see, it's flown away. If I'd made it to 95, that wouldn't have happened, because I played it safe. It flew away. but it does leave you, if the dragon doesn't fly away, at the perfect height. So start at Y90. You can make, go block by block upwards, figuring, until you're fast enough to go to 95. You can go, then 91, then 92, then 93, 94, then 95. It just means that anything that isn't 90 and isn't 95 will give you a slightly scuffed setup. The dragon won't be at the perfect height. You have to think a lot more about how you're managing the dragon's height, and it's tricky. It is a tricky one. Don't worry about it. You'll get there.